Is learning Slovak language really a mission impossible? Very often I hear that learning Slavic languages is very difficult. Well, they are, but it's not impossible if you do your best and try. And now let me do my intro in Slovak because I really love making it, and then we'll go straight into the topic of this video, that is how to learn Slovak language. And if you're Slovak, so you are thinking that this might not be useful for you, well, I really hope it will be, especially if you're learning any other language, and if not useful, I hope it will be entertaining, as I'm planning to speak in Slovak every once in a while. So stick until the end of the video, subscribe to my channel to see additional videos each week, and don't forget to leave a like to this one. Poďme na to. Ahojte všetci, vítam vás pri novom videu. Volám sa Katerína, som z Talianska, ale už niekoľko rokov bývam na Slovensku. All of us, at least once, have most probably decided or had to learn a foreign language, and in most cases that language is English. But I also think that many of us love or need to study other foreign languages, as it is the case for me with Slovak, for example. In this video, I want to share what I did in order to learn that language, how long it took to learn it. I'm going to share the resources I used to do it, and also some more that I found in the meanwhile. I briefly mentioned in my previous video that I studied Slovak language by myself mainly. So initially when I came to Slovakia, I enrolled in basic level of Slovak lessons, but it didn't last very long because I found them very boring, as we were repeating every single time the alphabet only. Then I stopped studying Slovak. I was just going to work and living my life, but when COVID and lockdown came in 2020, I really didn't know what to do with my free time. So I decided to start again learning Slovak language by myself. I'm gonna tell you which book I used, and especially what other resources I used, because let's admit it, only studying on books can be pretty boring. Other resources are usually needed. You need to listen a lot, especially native speakers, and last but not least, the speaking part and practice is extremely important. Starting with the book, if you're a foreigner and if you live in Slovakia, or maybe even if you are a Slovak person, most probably you know the book Krížom krážom. So this book, Krížom krážom A1, it's actually the very first book I used to learn Slovak. So that comes from the lessons time. It's very much used. I brought a lot on this book, but as I said, during the lessons we only did a few pages and I actually completed it by myself. As any other language learning book, in Krížom krážom you can find dialogues, vocabulary, exercises on the most important topics. You will find the grammar, of course.
A few moments later.
Podnikanie versus zamestnanie. I was reading very interesting and informative dialogues and text. Hovoríte, že si chcete oddychnúť od práce a stresu. Pre manažerov tu máme v ponuke atraktívne wellness balíčky. I think I should definitely go back to learning Slovak because it's so good when you see the progress you are making with your effort, and it's so nice to be in a foreign country and being able to understand something and speak with people, especially when they don't speak English. I studied 3 Krížom krážom in total. So the first one that I showed you, A1, but I also went through A2 and B1. And this book is nice. It also gives you the CD so that you can listen to the audio, you can listen to the pronunciation, the sounds, alphabets, words, sentences. You can listen to the dialogue, so it's very useful. If you are consistent with it, as with any other thing, well, you will see the results. As much as I loved learning on Krížom krážom, I could not only sit and studying grammar or vocabulary, etc. There were some resources that were a really game changer, especially one, slovakia.info. It's a completely free resource. This website was the game changer for me. There were also spoken dialogues. I really loved it, and it's also divided per language, like the standard languages level, A1, A2, B1, B2, etc., plus the grammar, and I really loved it. If you want to learn Slovak and you don't want to use the book, I definitely recommend checking out slovakia.info. And by the way, I'm gonna leave all of the links of the resources that I will be mentioning or that I found useful in the description box of this video. I also considered using some apps, but I actually didn't focus on them that much because for me it was quite good to focus on the book Križom Kražom and on the website slovakia.eu. But for a little while I actually tried to use one app that was very good. It's Ling, and I just checked it, and the first few parts for any language there is free, while afterward you will need to pay a monthly or yearly fee. So while I want to focus mainly on the free resources, but of course you are free to check it out if you think that some other resources can be useful for you. Maybe you know already, but just for your information, there are also some platforms where you can actually directly speak with a native speaker and even choose a professional teacher. Such platforms are, for example, Italki or Preply, I'm actually not sure how to pronounce it. I've used Italki just a couple of times, not only for Slovak, but also to improve my Russian level. And it's pretty good because, of course, you are not actually studying by yourself, but you have the chance to have the lesson with a teacher, usually a professional one, but of course, you need to pay for that service. Another tool that I found very useful is again books, but not language learning books, but just normal books. Let me show you this one, Malý, Prince, Little Prince. I think everyone knows this very famous and beautiful book. So as you can see, this one is actually in a double language, is in both English and in Slovak. I think it was actually designed for kids or adults that are from Slovakia and want to learn English, but if you just see it the other way around, it's also useful if you speak English and you want to learn Slovak. I bought it in a normal shop, in a library shop here in Bratislava. You can also buy it online, and there are also other books belonging to this collection, and it's really nice because you have one page in English, one page in Slovak. The language used is a pretty simple one. There are also some other free resources that I used while I was actively studying Slovak. Even if they might seem a bit useless, they actually are very useful. So at that time, during lockdown, I started following a lot of Slovak famous people in many fields, like general influencers, but also some others, some news outlets, pages on social network. I was reading their articles, I was watching their stories, their videos, and it was very good, both for the vocabulary and indirectly also for the grammar, but especially for the listening. YouTube was also a big part of it. I was watching a lot of videos, and by the way, unfortunately at that time I did not follow this channel, but I definitely want to recommend you one channel that is actually teaching Slovak language to people with very simple short videos, and I really recommend checking this channel out. I will leave the name and the link in the description to just improve your level of Slovak language. Alright, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you liked this video and found it helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you're studying any foreign language and what language it is, being it Slovak or any other language of the world. I really want to know if someone else is also on the same path of learning languages. Let me know if you have any approach or suggestion that you would find useful, because I might apply it myself. Ďakujem veľmi pekne za pozornosť. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to subscribe to my channel and leave a like. See you next time. Bye!